The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Ka'imi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Set. Right at the 8. 8. Let's get it together.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Great. Gun.
41's coming. 41's a money.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long.
Go. Out. Shift. Mike 41.
From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mike 54.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 14 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10.
Gun.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? And come on out here.
Out of the gun, Newton. That's caught. It's Jarius Wright. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, watch this. Watch it.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Yeah, let's get set. Hey, 31! Safe. Move! Shift! Watch safety creep.
24 is down, he's coming.
Safety creep.
From the gun on third, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey, pick your game up. Motion.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here I come.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set. 19.
Mike's by 4. Let's go. Check. Hey, get him.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Tight 36.
from the gun on third down. Dancing to his left. 20. Got an open man. It's QT. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
54, right there, 54 Mike.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Check!
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 124. 59. That's it. 59.
I got you. I got you. Shift! Watch the shift!
Hey, motion backfield. Motion.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
What we got?
Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To throw on 3rd down. Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
When you struggle on offense, sometimes you do it like basketball. A little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
3 down.
No. Off.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Watch twist.
first down carry now for Miller. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 3rd and 2, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Watson. There goes a deep ball, and that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, 33 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch right, watch right.
Ready? 40. Hassan. 41's the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Gun.
41 mic. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Ready?
To throw again. Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Check. Fresno.
From the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
You realize if you punt the ball away,
I'm
gonna have 28 punts before halftime,
Michael
right?
Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. Here comes Carter. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd
Use it,
touchdown
Tampa,
pass in his
too.
first half. And the Texans push further out in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins
It was only good if you knew how to ramp with
And anytime
McCaffrey.
you see him out there
If
and there's
not,
less than
they
double or triple teaming him,
shit.
take a shot.
Alright.
Such a tough cover. One guy's not going to get it done.
Oh.
Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.